afternoon or good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Radio Works World. I'm your host, Wendy Sneddon. I'm broadcasting live from Bonnie, Scotland. And welcome also to Marina, our host.
Wow, Wendy, I love Scotland, and I almost like feeling and smelling the air. Each time I go to Scotland, I don't want to come back. So, you know, that each one of us got a story inside, and most of the time, people think that the story you share is the story you want the world to listen to. But I know you got the story that you are telling yourself when nobody else is listening, and this is what you are sharing with us today. And I so love your story. I heard it at BAFTAs when you launch again your book, and I read your book, and I think our listeners are in for a massive treat. Over to you, Wendy.
Okay, thank you. Yes. So I started life a long time ago as a veterinary nurse and working in veterinary practice. And I took my first job as a manager and with a brand new company just starting up. And it was a really exciting time for me and an absolutely fascinating journey that I went on. And I went through various stages of learning and development with this new startup company, and the company grew very, very fast. And that meant that as a manager, I had to learn things very, very fast, and I had no other managers to learn from. So I had to do a lot of learning myself, and a lot of that was very stressful. And there were times where, I found it really, really tough. But I got through all of that and came out the other side a much stronger person. And the journey that I went through, I kind of went through every stage of the business, learning about how to run every part of the business. And I really enjoyed all of that. And as the business grew, it became time to bring other people in and specialize in one particular area or another. And I didn't really want to do that. I enjoyed that journey that I'd gone on. One of the biggest areas that as a business, we were getting support with was how to grow the business, looking at business numbers, learning all about finance. There was lots of help with marketing and lots of help to get more customers, but there was no help to develop the people. And we were a service business. And I really felt that we should be developing the people who are providing this service and looking after them, because that is our business. And there was no support. I went and did an HR course, and I went and learned from other businesses how they ran their HR departments. I researched successful businesses and found out all the sorts of things that they did. And as I moved through and worked with different businesses throughout my career, I've been able to take that knowledge with me and build on that and develop that. And still today, I think there's not a lot of help for small businesses growing and starting to develop with helping with people. So I was inspired to write a book, Get Out of Your Way. It's the step-by-step guide for entrepreneurs to attract, recruit, and retain a winning team. And it takes you through that journey. It's been written for entrepreneurs who have got an amazing product or service, and they've been running their business successfully, but they want to grow and they want to develop and they want to bring on a team. And I take them through the process step by step of what things they need to have in place, thinking about what the vision is, thinking about what their values are, being able to describe their culture, and then being able to translate that into what roles they need within the business, and so what those job descriptions might look like, to then being able to go out and attract and recruit the right type of people for the business. And it's something that every business has to do, but not a lot of businesses know how to do it particularly well. Yes, there are agencies and there are people out there to help, but it costs a lot of money. And I know that when you're starting and growing your business, resources are tight. And so you want to be able to do as much of this process as you can. And if it comes from you as well, then you're going to be more genuine in the process, and the people you're recruiting are going to see the real you and what's involved in your business. And so that's what my book's been about. And as well as writing the book, I have built a website. It's called the Lodestone Lounge, and in there you'll find you become a member of the site, and in there you'll find lots and lots of resources to help, templates for all your HR processes and procedures, so you can set up your own HR department. There's also a forum, so you can chat with other entrepreneurs in the same position as you who are looking at hiring and want to share ideas and best practice and that kind of thing. And there's also you can upgrade your membership to get legal support as well, because there are times with employment where it does go wrong, and so it's good to know that you have the backing of an employment lawyer should that be required. I've also built an employee management system. So it's an online software where you can upload all your employee details. So wherever you are in the world, you can keep track of what your employees are doing, and you can make sure that you have all their information to hand if you need to answer any questions or deal with any issues, and you're not actually in the office. So it's a mobile service, and it's a really helpful way to record everything that you need to know about your employees. So it's been a fabulous journey to get to where I am, and along the way I've been doing quite a lot of coaching. I do leadership coaching, so I'm also helping businesses develop their managers who to support their teams with team engagement and things like that.
Wow, Wendy, I have to say, you look like the holy grail of entrepreneurs searching for for their own solution. And I noticed you mentioned the book and how the book helped you connect with new audiences. And I know the power of a book myself. And I just wonder, for me, life is divided into different but part of the same karmic coin versions of my life. So it's the life before the book and the life after the book. The life after the book is, the acronym for that is LAB, which is like a lab into your own mind, into your own reality. And the life before the book is as important as the life after the book, simply because this is where you discovered your own solution. You solve your own problems, and now you create a system which is transferable to all our listeners, to executives as well as entrepreneurs, startups, experienced business owners, and everybody who wants to take their business to the next level. So I wonder if you could share a little bit with us about the life before the book. What brought you where you are right now? What is the moment? What is the moment when you decided, you know what, I got this. I'm going to put my name on it and I will never look back.
Great question. I think for me it was working for somebody else and seeing what learning all the things that I've learned and seeing where I would take businesses. And entrepreneurs are fascinating people in that they often create an amazing product or service, and they're very passionate about it, and then they bring people in, but getting them to let go of all the control and allow expertise to come in and help them really grow their business is quite challenging. And I think that was a frustration for me, in that for my own development, I felt I was often held back because entrepreneurs wouldn't let go of areas to allow me to kind of grow and develop. And so the message in the book really is, you know, get out of the way and bring in people who maybe sometimes are better than you to get on and do the job, and allow you as an entrepreneur to continue to be creative and dream up more ideas and bring in more products. And businesses then become more successful because the people, I often felt that the people I was working for maybe didn't trust me sometimes, because they were always watching what I was doing. And I think as an employee, that it's quite demotivating. And I think in the more recent employment that I was in before I wrote the book, I was given quite a lot of freedom to make decisions, and you know, I was told what my target was, and as long as I achieved that, it didn't matter how I did it. So I was given a lot of free rein to really deliver that. And I think for me, that was the key to me being really successful in that role. And I think, and I've seen this with other people, is when you give them some responsibility and allow them the freedom to really run with their ideas and help develop your business, they'll bring much more to the table and your business will be much more successful. And so I think writing the book was, you know, part of the book is about getting a message to entrepreneurs, you know, about the importance of letting your team have some control over what they do within your business.
Wow.
That answer the question?
Yes, yes, does. And I have another one for you.
Okay.
This is coming actually from somebody in South Africa, and they are asking, what's next? Which is supposed to be my question, but anyway,
Okay.
South Africa wants to know.
Yeah, so the membership site will grow, and the software, really want to get that. It's available in the UK at the moment, but I would like to be developed.
It seems like we lost connection for a couple of minutes, but I know there's some breaking news coming from Scotland as well.
Oh, did you lose me there?
Yes, I lost you for a moment. So I was just saying that you have some breaking news to share as well.
Yes, so I am absolutely delighted to announce that I'm going to be working very closely with Marina, and we're going to make the news in Scotland. So we're holding our first event in Edinburgh, at Edinburgh Castle, and it's going to be on the 30th of March, and we're going to be inviting entrepreneurs who want to share their message, and they'll have the opportunity to present for a few minutes on stage in front of other entrepreneurs. And we're going to be inviting journalists and other broadcasters and editors along to listen and help you to make the news. So I'm really excited to be involved in that.
Wow, so the invitation is open. You have lots of time to connect with Wendy, and you have lots of time to create your own reality, because now you have all the tools. There is no excuse left. If you are wondering, what about that, I can tell you, Wendy got all the tools you need. And if you go now to her website, which is, what is your website again?
It's www.lodestone, LODESTONE, lounge.com.
Wonderful. From both of us, until next time, get out of your own way. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you.